Wednesday morning, October 14th, 2015. The light isn't especially good over here, but we'll see if this works. So this is a section of the 1972 drawing kind of studies, a cartoon, like in mural preparation terminology, which is actually double entendre because it's kind of cartoonish as well, of the history of the Earth, or history of the evolution of the Earth, which I did when I was 22, a few months before I turned 23. So here we have the this like dino bird hatching out of an egg. There's actually this creature. I'll point this out in the drawing I did last night for baby Aswan. Also got reinterpreted. This is the I think 2012-13 mixed media drawing of called Primo Levi with Arrrgh fish. Sorry, we're getting a lot of reflection here. There's the Arrrgh fish. Bird studies I did in Florida in the late 1980s or early 1990s. Drawing also from around fall of '72 of a girlfriend in Champaign-Urbana, Julie, which I had mailed to someone in Greece, and then it got returned to me non-deliverable. So I had it all these years. Has Greek kind of post office cancellations on it. So here's the birds. They're notice 3 of them. There's a dinosaur there, kind of like a dino bird, kind of taking a stroll over here. And this one's hatching out of the egg, so that would be inspired by that here, which is so clearly 5 million years of evolutionary progress later. This bird in the drawing I did for Aswan is clearly evolutionarily and DNA related to the one here from 1972 and the one here from a few years ago. So there you have it in the way of an explanation. The spaceships and flying saucers and so on were also inspired by different sections in this panel, which people can view on in a YouTube video. There you have it. And as the birds say, greetings, I am Kenny Segan, and I wanted to show how I used some a bunch of sketches I did in 1972, interpretatively, like several decades later, in a drawing I did of Primo Levi here in 2012-13. And also in a small drawing I did for neighbors last night for their baby's bedroom. Music accompaniment in the background there is Stephen Arntson, a building resident musician and college English instructor. So here we go. So this is a panel I did, I think in summer or fall 1972. Like a history of the world. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read all the text I had written in ballpoint pen, and then I'm going to go back and look at each individual image. And it was kind of labeled A, B, C, D, E, F through H, and then there was this supplementary section here. We've got a solar system and creation of the Earth. See like suns and green, brown. It looks like it says volcano here. Mountains and sun and ice and sky and mountain volcanoes, etc. I see more pencil notations. Sun, yellow, blue sky, red horizon. I guess these are mountains and volcanoes. Next panel, water with development of fish, birds, insects, amphibious to land animals with plant life. My note here says stretch out development. So we have a fish here. We're actually going to do a jump right now to the drawing I did last night. this amphibious creature here. I just called amphibian, inspired by this fish here. More fish, flying kind of dino birds. Take a look at that one here. We'll see that here. It actually might be the same head we see here in the Primo Levi artwork. Fish, starfish. Looks like some kind of insect. Big lizzie over here. Giant salamander, and so on. Sorry if this is a bit jumpy. On to panel C, continuation of animal life with progression into prehistoric man. So of note here, this kind of dino bird whose neck and part of the head are hidden by that ballpoint pen writing of succession, but hatching out of the egg. So that's exactly what I reinterpreted here in the Primo Levi artwork. And here, with this creature, with the addition of some like fangy-like teeth there. We have a rabbit smoking a pipe here, which now that I'm smoke-free, in fact I started smoking in 1973 but quit in 87, there's the same rabbit holding a peace sign that says Paz, peace in Spanish here. Very interesting kind of proof of evolution. Now this bird-like creature here is kind of like very similar to the one I drew there last night. This one has a hat on it because it's Seattle and we get a lot of drizzly rain this time of year. Dawn of man, men and women with inventions of fire, hand axe, spears, missiles, chisels, stones and pebbles and caves and so on. Palm-like trees. Here's a caveman and woman with, I can't make out what it says here, with something and more advanced shelter. Okay. This one looks like a cobra. Here's the couple again. And this one, so this dinosaur here is where we get this specific dinosaur here in the Primo Levi work. Fire, the wheel, looks like this person's toppled over, making the fire. Looks like these two sections connected at one point. It says Dinoland. Green power. Very nice. Growing crops. Cutting green wheat with something. And moving on into our Paleolithic forebears. Looks like we have the Flintstones. It says Wilma here in parentheses. And then there was this supplementary panel here, which is numbered 1, 2, 3, 11 sections. Me, 23rd Avenue. 23rd Avenue, not in Seattle. There must have been a 23rd Avenue in Champaign-Urbana. Have to look that up. Out of the Sky. So this looks like sidewalk with stores and so on. There's a car. Flying saucer. And we'll get to the Primo Levi work. it interrupted me. Oh my God, mon Dieu. It was angry. It zapped me with 6 ray guns of some sort. Here, the final panel says, now the only thing I'm able to say is Pooba. But you're not concerned. And I have no idea who I was addressing that to. Perhaps some gal I was dating at the time. You're just preoccupied with eating turkey off the bone. It doesn't have hair curlers either. Call the FBI and Air Force now. Well, pretty silly. So I reinterpreted the flying saucer imagery here. Side by side. There it is in the original sketch. Here it is redone, including the bit with my bicycle in here. Here, here, and here. Very nice. I like the color in there too. This is from a photo postcard I have of the entryway to Auschwitz, Arbeit macht frei. That was from a, I'm going to turn the overhead light off just because of the reflection here. Pardon. This is from a bunch of different sketches I did in 1976 in Carbondale, Illinois, my first artistic responses to the Shoah, the Holocaust. Others appear in 2 different Holocaust-themed artworks. That's Primo Levi there. Also with an old, looks like rapidograph or fine tip pen sketch drawing, probably from the same time period, the early 1970s. That's the Arrrgh fish there. This is a drawing I had done on some sort of, I forget what kind of board it's called, of a gal I was dating in fall 1972 in Champaign-Urbana named Julie, which I mailed as a postcard to one of the kids who had been in my bunk. I was a camp counselor, summer of '72, at a camp called Camp Spruce Hill in Toldham, Mass, in the Berkshires of western Massachusetts. And one of the kids in my bunk was Greek. All these kids are forever etched in my brain as like 10 and 11. They're now like, I guess 53, 54 or something like that. But it came back not deliverable, and I had it all these years, saw it in a book of 1970s drawings. It has all these Greek postmarks on it, and it ended up in the drawing here. Birds from a sketches I did in Florida in the late 1980s, or early 1990s, pelicans probably. And this here is from a sardine box of sardines I bought in, I don't know, Jerusalem or Haifa. And I've got one more thing to show here, if I can get to it. I forget exactly where this came from. This imagery was inspired from some sort of manuscript or something. Trying to, sorry about this, open my case here. Aha, sorry. Extemporaneous Filmmaking 101. Here we have Obi, Juju Kenobi, who has a major appearance in Under the Wings Holocaust Art Stories work called Italian Jewish resistance hero Eugenio Curiel Castel Sant'Angelo and my flying chi, Obi Juju Kenobi. The chi inspired by the subject of people's personals God in a book I was reading at the time that I was working on the Eugenio Curiel work, which is by the late Nigerian author Echebe, in the book called Things Fall Apart. So Obi made an appearance here too, not a full scale, but just the mustache and beak or nose and eyeglasses here. So there you have it. Sardines from Israel. And thank you, Stephen.